Coming up on First at 5, searching for a local child who wandered off. The challenge law enforcement officers face bringing him back home.
And helping the influx of new families moving to Marion County, when the 2 new schools will open to help educate students.
And the madness of March is in full swing as the Gators prepare for their first test. We're live in Indianapolis with a preview of the game. All those stories and more. First at 5 starts right now.
First at 5. From the University of Florida's College of Journalism and Communications, you're watching WUFT News.
We begin with breaking news in Putnam County. Florida law enforcement officers are rushing to find missing 4-year-old Mason Newstead. Mason's family says he's nonverbal and he was last seen wearing gray footy pajamas. Mason wandered away from his family's home in Waleka this afternoon. If you've seen or have any information regarding Mason's whereabouts, call 911 immediately. In other news, in less than 24 hours, the Gator men's basketball team will tip off in the NCAA for the first time in 3 years. This is First at 5. I'm Jacob Sedesse.
And I'm Caitlyn Schiffer, and they'll take the court without a major piece of their offense. WFT's Reighan Sheppard is live in Indianapolis where the Gators are set to play. Reighan, this is new territory for the team and its leader.
While this may be the 22nd tournament appearance for the Gators, it's the first for this roster and head coach Todd Golden. But it comes without star center Micah Handlockton, who broke his leg in last week's SEC championship. Florida will face Colorado tomorrow at 4:30 p.m., and Colorado is coming off a win. But not to worry, because the Gators also got a chance to touch the court, as did every team in this region. Each team was allotted about 45 minutes of practice time, along with live bands and cheerleaders. If you've been watching the same team I have, you know this Gator team has really been standing on business lately. These young men have been bringing the University of Florida back into basketball conversations. This year's team is Florida's highest scoring in program history, averaging 85.1 points per game. And over the last 6 weeks, the team has acquired 4 top 25 wins. Florida comes in as a number 7 seed for the 4th time in history. And if you remember, the last time the team entered at this level, they took it all the way to the Elite 8. Could this be a repeat, or could it produce something even better? Again, I'm Reighan Sheppard, live from the Indianapolis, and the tip-off is tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern.
Some big changes may be coming to parking in downtown Gainesville, and it could put a dent in your wallet. WFT's Roches joins us live in the studio to highlight these changes and how the community feels about them.
The city of Gainesville proposed parking changes in downtown Gainesville after bringing in consultants from SP+. The city commission hired the consultants who found that paid parking in the core of downtown will increase parking turnover. Neighbors and business owners gathered today at the city commission meeting to discuss recommendations to parking changes. Paid parking deters customers. That's how business owner Andrew Scher feels about the city's new proposal.
Local businesses need free parking and more of it, and we need you to support us on that. People who come downtown don't always share the same needs.
Coffee shop owner Anthony Rue states his concern for the city's priorities when SP Plus consultants assess the situation.
And they made a lot of assumptions about what we needed without talking to us, and it's very frustrating that this has happened yet again.
This comes as a response to the proposed change from free parking in the downtown area to 50 cents an hour for only 2 hours. The Southwest Gainesville parking garage is also expected to raise its monthly rates from $25 to $40 and its quarterly rates from $60 to $100. Permit owners at the garage on Southwest 3rd Street are worried about this change.
It does suck in a way. You know, there's a lot of people I think that are stuck, and this is kind of their last option. There's not very good parking around Gainesville, especially in the central areas.
If approved, these changes will go into effect late this summer. Today, the Department of Transportation requested $50,000 to implement these proposed changes, despite disapproval from Gainesville neighbors. The proposals will be voted on in a future meeting. Live in the studio, Roches, WUFT News.
Right now, U.S. Marshals are searching for a Marion County murder suspect after prosecutors say he never showed up for his trial. 38-year-old Brandon Lee Brown is accused of shooting 2 people during a robbery in Summerfield in 2018. One of the victims died. Court records show Brown posted a $180,000 bond and was freed from jail in June. A warrant is out for Brown's arrest. Sheriff's deputies say they don't believe Brown is dangerous because he's already been out of bond for months before his trial. Investigators say they're following every lead on Brown's whereabouts. And we have an update to a story we brought you Wednesday. Marion County officials say that Lorraine Snyder, who was last seen leaving her home Tuesday, was found dead this morning. Officials say Snyder made comments that raised concern for her well-being. Police do not suspect any suspicious activity surrounding her death.
The colder temperatures are behind us, and we're seeing sunny skies as we take a live look from our DOT camera over Paynes Prairie. But showers and storms are in our future. The storms are expected to start moving in our area tomorrow. UF forecaster AG Cornell is timing out the rain of your weather forecast.
Yes, so we're going to start seeing those showers tomorrow morning, but they're not here yet. We look at beautiful, partly cloudy skies over the Ben Hill Griffith Stadium. Temperatures are mild in the mid-70s, and that's the case across the 77 degrees here in Gainesville, a little bit warmer down in Cedar Key and Crystal River. Now, as we go into the rest of this afternoon, we're going to be cooling down. Sunset's going to be about 8 p.m. tonight. As we go further into the evening, more clouds are going to be rolling in anticipation of tomorrow's showers. I'll go ahead and track out that storm for you after the break.
School leaders in Marion County are combating the growing amount of families moving to the area. WUFT's Cassie DesVergers attended 2 groundbreaking ceremonies for new schools slated to open next year.
Student populations in the area are continuing to grow. So in order to create more seats, the Marion County School Board broke ground on 2 new elementary schools. This project has almost been a year in the making.
Kids, family, community. That's what made the construction of 2 new Marion County elementary schools possible.
The demand in the community for these 2 schools has been high for a while, but the timing just wasn't right to pull it all together until now.
The one school, W, will be in Marion Oaks, while the other, Y, will be in Ocala. MCPS School Board Chair Nancy Thrower says both schools will be built to accommodate growing student populations.
This is becoming the place where people want to be.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1, success!
Senior Operations Director Barbara Dobbins says the current elementary schools are struggling to keep up with the influx of students.
That we're utilizing numerous portables to handle the overcrowding, which also backs up our car rider lines, puts a lot of buses in our communities and so forth.
However, the design of new schools, W and Y, will help alleviate this issue. At 115,000 square feet each, both schools will be able to serve up to 860 students.
We hear about the tools of teaching kids, but that involves facilities and buildings as well.
The one building, 2-story schools will feature enhanced security, administrative and media centers, and cafeterias with art and music suites. The total budget for the project will be about $50 million per school.
Both elementary schools are expected to be completed in fall 2025. Live in the studio, Cassie DesVergers, WUFT News.
More than a dozen Floridians are back on U.S. soil after an emergency evacuation mission from Haiti. A spokesperson for Governor DeSantis says the evacuees were unable to leave due to the current political crisis. Nearly 400 Floridians have reached out to state officials for help. Emergency managers carried out flights to bring the evacuees to the Orlando Sanford International Airport earlier this week. State leaders say it's been a challenge to get Floridians back home.
You're dealing with basically a non-government in Haiti right now that's being controlled by gangs, and we have individuals that are actively prohibiting us from trying to do what it is that we need to do.
State agencies provided those returning with meals, lodging, transportation, and other resources. The rescue comes just 1 week after Governor DeSantis sent more than 250 state law enforcement officers to the Keys to prepare for incoming migrants.
Sheriff's deputies in Alachua County are setting up a new home base. Department officials are opening the office's 4th precinct next week on West Newberry Road. They say it's a partnership with the Newberry city officials and leaders of the Ultimate RV Storage. They're planning to open the precinct's doors next Wednesday, March 27th at 5 p.m. And if you're driving somewhere in Marion County next week, you might want to leave a few minutes earlier. FHP troopers are warning drivers of upcoming slowdowns. They will take place along northbound I-75 north of US 27th and southbound I-75 north of County Road 318. Traffic will be slowed to 20 miles per hour next Monday through Wednesday during daytime hours. Transportation officials say the slow traffic will allow Duke Energy crews to replace transmission lines above the interstate. Troopers advise drivers to stay alert, avoid distractions, and expect delays. Coming up at First at 5, a free self-defense course is making a difference.
How University of Florida law enforcement officers are helping to put the fighting spirit in women. That's when First at 5 returns. Stay tuned. We come back to you with another breaking news update on the missing 4-year-old in Putnam County. The search has been expanded to include bodies of water. 4-year-old Mason Newstead wandered away from his home this afternoon. His family says he's nonverbal. Bloodhounds and dive teams have been called into the search. A helicopter from St. Johns County has also been called in. Again, if you have seen or have any information regarding Mason's whereabouts, call 911 immediately.
UF police officers are helping women in the campus community to learn how to defend themselves. WUFT's Eva Garcia gives us a look at the positive impacts these classes have.
According to the FBI, in 2023, a woman is attacked every 3 minutes. That's why UFPD started providing SAFE classes. I attended one of these classes to see what these women have been learning.
Warning stance! Stop! Stay back!
Women at the University of Florida can learn the basics of self-defense and awareness through a class offered by University Police. Giving women the resources to protect themselves is one of the main reasons SAFE instructor Susan Pratt enjoys teaching the course.
With the SAFE class, it does give them some tools for that tool belt in the event that they get into a situation. It gives them an opportunity of finding a way out.
The class is two-pronged, both instructional and hands-on. The women learn the meaning of self-defense, crime stats, and get an opportunity to do some work on the floor. Co-instructor Officer Renee Jost says kicks and punches aren't the only lesson the women leave with. Many leave with a new sense of self.
I've seen a lot of individuals, they come into the program, they're very timid, they're very nervous, they have a lot of questions, and by the end, we get them to be able to think about those scenarios and problems themselves.
No, stop. No.
Some student organizations across campus have seen the change that SAFE classes can bring to their members' confidence.
Time and time again, everyone loves this event. The girls feel so empowered leaving it. We do talk about the moves with each other and just like how much we love the instructors.
Officers Pratt and Jost emphasize not only movement, but also the importance of being assertive and bold, both in and out of dangerous situations. The remaining spring 2024 classes are available on UFPD's website. The classes will resume in the fall and are highly encouraged by the officers. Live from UFPD for WUFT News, I'm Eva Garcia.
Future UF applicants may have a new way to try their luck at becoming a Gator. The new option will be open during the 2025 fall semester. Prospective students who submit their applications by November 1st will know if they've been accepted into the university by January 24th, 2025. Vice President of Enrollment Management Mary Parker says this new application method is designed to reduce stress for families.
Spring has sprung, and with the change of the seasons comes the sound of music. Santa Fe College's Sing Into Spring Guitar Ensemble is serenading students and staff with a concert at the Sasser Fine Arts Hall. Tickets cost $15 for adults, but $9 for seniors, students, children, and military. It all kicks off tonight at 7:30 p.m.
I'm tracking out our storms that'll come through tomorrow, and I'll let you know what you need to know after the break.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
So we've got another round of storms coming through tomorrow, but this time, if you're with me here in Gainesville, we should be all right. However, if you're west of Tallahassee, you might find yourself in a marginal risk of severe thunderstorms. Yes, so let's go ahead and time those storm systems out. You can see that we'll get our first branch of rain that's going to be coming through Friday morning. We might get a little bit of a break Friday afternoon, but as we go overnight, we'll definitely see a little bit more rain. Now, we're not going to get it as bad as South Florida, but there's still rain to watch out for over the next 2 days. As we go through Saturday, we're going to see that cold front coming through, and with it, it's going to bring potentially some isolated showers and some isolated storms. Now, it's going to head east, and when it's gone, we should be in the clear for a sunny day on Sunday. Now, when we take a look at that rainfall, we're looking at a little bit less than an inch here in Gainesville, a lot more up north at the Georgia border, but here in Gainesville, we should be all right. Now, Just as we were looking at a severe risk in Tallahassee, we're also looking at a flood risk west of Tallahassee into the Panhandle. It's also extending up into Georgia, so be careful if you find yourself in one of the afflicted areas. Now, if you're heading out to the Gators fly-in, make sure you might want to bring an umbrella with you as we're looking at potential of storms all throughout the day. Just be careful if you're like me and have pollen allergies. You will be in luck this weekend. This rain, it's going to wash away that pollen. Saturday, we should be nice and pollen free. We're going to build it up on Sunday again, but we'll get a break just for a little while. Now, this weekend, we chatted about Saturday. We're going to see those storms, but Sunday, we're going to be seeing temperatures nice, 73 degrees, very mild, and very sunny after those storm systems go away. Now, when we take a look at our 7-day outlook, we right now can see Ocala. We're looking at blue skies over here in Ocala. We take a look at our 7-day outlook. I'm not sure if it's going to pop up, but I'll let you know. We're going to see those storms on Friday and Saturday. Here it is. Sunday, we're going to be dipping down. But as we go into next week, we're going to be warming up through Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to see more storms into a sunny Thursday.
Up next in sports, we will take a look at all the madness that has already happened today in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. As well, WUFT is live in Indianapolis, Indiana, covering the Gators' first round matchup against Colorado. We will break down what to expect from the Buffaloes after the break. Don't go anywhere.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Here's a live look outside of the Gainbridge Fieldhouse, one of the homes of the first round of the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Welcome into sports. I'm Miguel Molina. Hope you got your brackets filled out because it's time for the big dance. March Madness is officially underway. Florida Gators men's basketball finally know who they will face on Friday after Wednesday night's play-in game between Colorado and Boise State came down to the last few seconds. The Buffaloes were able to pull away in the end thanks to 20 points by Tristan Da Silva and 19 by KJ Simpson. The forward and guard duo have been dangerous all year as they led their team in scoring with a combined 35.5 points per game. For Florida, with center Micah Hand-Logden out for the tournament with a fractured left leg injury, they will rely on guard duo Walter Clayton Jr. and Zion Pullen to carry them past the Buffaloes. Tip-off is set for 4:30 p.m. Friday out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Day one of March Madness is officially underway and the brackets are already being busted as we have some upsets and updated scores. Michigan State dominated Mississippi State. Number 11 Duquesne upset number 6 BYU for the first time since 1969. Duquesne picks up a win and Creighton powers over Akron. The men's basketball team are not the only ones feeling the madness of March. 3-seed Gators women's basketball will host St. John's tonight at 7 in the first round of the inaugural WBIT tournament. After going 16-15 in the regular season, Florida punched their ticket into postseason play with a plus 500 record. The Orange and Blue will look to even up the all-time series with the Red Storm to 2 games apiece. Gator fans are hoping for Florida to make a run in the WBIT. Speaking of hope, the NFL draft is just a month away. Despite not making a bowl game last season, there are still a few Gators that are hoping to hear their name called come draft night. Earlier this morning, 6 former Gator football players participated in Florida's Pro Day. Every NFL team except the Cincinnati Bengals sent their scouts to see what the Orange and Blue had to offer. Center Kingsley Egg-Walken, offensive lineman Lindell Hudson II, quarterback Micah Leon, running back Eddie Battle, punter Jacob Watkins, and guard Griffin McDowell all went through drills to test their football abilities. But one notable name that did not participate today was Ricky Pearsall. The star wide receiver turned a lot of heads at the NFL Combine by running a 4.41 40-yard dash and had a 42-inch vertical jump. Because of how well he did at the NFL Combine, Pearsall decided to not partake in Pro Day.
Obviously, because you did so well at the Combine, is that the reason?
Yeah, that's a big reason, obviously, but just mostly getting feedback from the teams and putting that into consideration. What was the best thing for me?
The 2024 NFL Draft will start Thursday, April 24th and run till April 27th. Over to the Diamond, number 8 Florida baseball sets its sight on a 2023 National Championship rematch in Baton Rouge. After another midweek loss, this time to Jacksonville on Tuesday, the Gators are looking to bolster down on the mound and at the plate against number 5 LSU. The Orange and Blue faced their toughest arm of the season in junior transfer Luke Holman, who reps the nation's 4th best ERA with a .63. But the Gators are looking to make a statement of their own, led by two-way star Jack Caglione, who has a 1.69 ERA and a .414 batting average at the plate, along with closer Brandon Neely, who's collected 16 strikeouts in his last 8 innings of work. Game 1 on Friday is set for 8 p.m. One final note, Santa Fe College men's basketball coach Chris Mowry is retiring after 21 seasons.
Well, congratulations to him. I hope he has a great life ahead of himself. And, you know, if he's spending it in North Central Florida, you think the weather will be good?
Not this weekend, but as we go into next week, we'll see a warming trend Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, we're going to see some more storms for a sunny Thursday.
Well, thanks for joining us. We're back here tomorrow for another edition of First at 5.
But your North Central Florida news is always on at WUFT.org and on all of our social media platforms. Good night.